Not only has this place been a hospital, it has also been a sort of asylum in the past and a workhouse. Hi Crypt Keepers, thank you so much for tuning into Amy's Crypt. Tonight we are checking out a place known as Bron Y Garth Hospital. There is a lot of history here, a lot of layers, and of course a lot of hauntings. Not only has this place been a hospital, it has also been a sort of asylum in the past and a workhouse. Also, this place is huge, it is absolutely massive. So I've brought a couple of friends along to help me out on tonight's investigation, so stay tuned.
Opened as a workhouse in 1839, Bron Y Garth was to accumulate a history so dark and traumatic, many claim it to be one of the most haunted places in Wales. This institution was originally built to hold 150 individuals, providing the poor, destitute and homeless with lodging in return for laborious work. The terrible and harsh conditions of the workhouse were the final resort for so many, and it wouldn't take long for entire families with young children, many of which were single mothers, to fill the facility. But with no separate hospital for the ill or adequate hygiene within the workhouse, disease would become prevalent. Criminals would also find a place at Bron Y Garth, filling her jail cells with men who would endure hard labour, forced to sleep on metal wire beds, and break stone day in and day out. From 1918, Bron Y Garth would also hold people who were mentally ill, becoming an asylum of sorts until it was converted to a hospital in 1948 and later officially closing her doors in 2009. With the closure of the building, many objects from the hospital's past were left behind, yet some say a number of spirits remain trapped too, with estimates that hundreds of deaths likely occurred within Bron Y Garth's walls. Since the building has only recently been opened to paranormal investigators, there is still much to uncover about what areas of the building may be most active, although a number of repeating ghost stories have been discovered. A young boy is said to haunt a hall leading to a former hospital care room where his father passed away. A nurse has been sighted by many, still making the rounds. A young girl is seemingly trapped in an old maternity and infant care room, and then there are the countless reports of the paranormal that have occurred all throughout the hospital, where people have sighted shadow figures, heard disembodied voices or footsteps. People have been pushed or touched by unseen entities, while others have heard strange taps, witnessed doors slamming, or heard childlike giggles echo through empty corridors. For us, we were fortunate to spend a very interesting night investigating the old Bron Y Garth Hospital, and we also managed to document some very intriguing moments. Yet we were mostly fortunate to be joined by some very special guests and good friends of ours for this particular investigation.
Alright Crypt Keepers, we are kicking off tonight with a walkthrough, as we so often do. It's our favourite way to sort of gauge a location, and this one is really big. There are so many different areas here, and I've already done a tour through and been told, you know, a lot of history, but also a number of ghost stories, and I've had a few feelings or sensations walking through the building myself. And I did mention I brought some friends along because this place, it is so big. I actually have Laura and Eric from The Paranormal Scholar, one of my favourite YouTube channels here tonight. So excited to investigate with these guys. Okay, so guys, we're walking through what was originally a hospital, and we're about to enter one of the oldest areas that was originally a workhouse.
It's very much like a time slip coming in here, isn't it? Because of the change in the architecture immediately.
Yeah, so we were walking through this area with our tour guide, Andy. Did someone hear that? Everyone hear that?
I didn't hear anything.
I just heard a tap down here.
Was it not my foot?
It sounded... Feeling. Okay, now I've got some feelings.
Was a tap on the wall, not the
No,
floor?
it sounded like someone had like a biro, like a pen, and just tapped on plastic. Like
I didn't hear that one.
A sudden, like, yeah, kind of like a sharper tap. It wouldn't have been a walking, and I don't know if that was in my head. I swear I heard it though, come from down here. This area with our tour guide, Andy. So what I wanted to say was, earlier we did our walkthrough with Andy, who is the owner, and this was one of the areas he actually mentioned was quite haunted. I got an off feeling, which is funny that I want to say that word and Ghost 2 beats me to it, in this room down here. And I don't know if I had this off sort of feeling earlier today, because this is one of the darker rooms. It is, I guess, more off-putting in its appearance, like the ceiling, man. This is horror movie vibes. But I did feel a little off in here today, and we were told there's a little boy that haunts this area. He's often been heard running and giggling and sort of in a playful manner down the hallway towards the end room where his father was supposedly kept. So we just want to introduce ourselves. If there is anyone here, a little boy or anyone else, my name is Amy and I brought some friends tonight. I've got Jared, Eric and Laura here. And if you are around, I don't know if you made a noise earlier, but could you make another one for us?
There's a slight increase, but of course, there's no... Oh. There was a peak then. Please don't be afraid. We're here to find out who you are, what your story is. Find out what life is like where you are. Perhaps you can even ask us some questions.
Alright, I'm just going to walk down the hallway. I feel like I just seen a small light in the window down here.
Sorry to interrupt, but I think I heard a small voice before, and yes, as we were coming out.
Oh, really?
And perhaps one of the cameras would have picked it up. Maybe.
Okay, that's good to note.
This moment is worth pointing out, as I felt as though I had seen a light appear in the window of the door at the end of this corridor. The light I saw is actually documented in this video, and is something we couldn't replicate at the time. As I enter the corridor, you can see the reflection of my infrared light hit the window, but just after this, 2 brief flashes of another light source are also captured. Jared followed me into the hallway while holding our filming light, but playing the 2 camera angles side by side, you can see he did not shine his light down the hallway towards the window when these flashes of light were captured. Although this is interesting, I cannot rule out the possibility that this was a reflection in the window from Jared's light source hitting a door frame or something else that was reflective. Yet as this was happening, Eric also described hearing a quiet voice come from this direction down the hall, so he thought best to follow this.
You heard the voice come from this direction?
Yeah.
So you heard the voice come from sort of this end of the hall? Is that... Okay.
So this hospital is over 100 years old, but it was used up till quite recently. So you'll still see there's a lot of these original beds that look like modern hospital beds. So it's really eerie coming here and just, it still feels like a hospital, you know?
So it closed in 2009. So you can imagine that is so recent. A lot of these are original. So the wheelchairs, the beds, the lighting, and there's still electricity here, which is crazy. So it is a very interesting place to walk through because you just feel like the energy is stuck here, and it's almost as if one day the hospital just closed, everyone just got up and just left so much behind as well. I'd love to talk to the little boy if you're still here. I've heard your father was here in hospital, or?
Andy, our tour guide today, was saying that this bed is where they believe that boy's father was, and that other investigators have got words or phrases on some of their devices that imply that his father was either died on this bed or spent a lot of time on this bed. And that's why he runs up and down the corridor running to see his father.
And I guess this is always the end destination where he ends up, he always gravitates back towards this bed, and maybe that just is sentimental or comforting, I don't know.
Do you feel anything on the bed?
I don't feel anything in here that feels like, yeah, I definitely did earlier, and I got mad pins and needles all over my legs when I walked back through this area the second time. So if there is anyone here, a child or anybody else, we're here all night and we would love to communicate, so please don't be shy to follow us around or do anything to let us know that you're here. It is much colder here. I don't know if that's just natural, but...
This corridor really is like you're stepping into a different place.
Yeah, this is to me like the the place where I get the most feels.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's super cold right here.
It's almost like it's much longer than it is. That's how it makes me feel, that it's much longer than it is.
Yeah, ugh, I'm getting like shivers.
Yeah, it just is colder in here. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm not sure, like, is this normal? It probably is, and there's a window right here, but I just feel like right here is super cold.
This would be great to do some experiments here, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
Cat balls.
Yes.
Especially like if there is a child spirit that wanders this corridor. Andy was saying today, our guy, that they actually do like to play with the balls. It's almost like toys for children, right? Her. Referring to Laura or Amy?
Oh.
Are you referring to Laura or Amy?
Is there a little boy here?
Honestly, I feel like I heard another noise back there again.
In that same room?
Yeah. Oh. I'm getting all shivers again.
Yeah, I just wonder if like we're mishearing because I don't know what this room is. It smells like weirdly smells like a hospital in here.
Oh my god, that's creepy. So this was where more elderly patients were kept in the hospital. I love the wallpaper. The wheelchair's still here, like that is eerie.
I think the wallpaper is possibly the scariest thing I've come across today.
Not your style.
Not my cup of tea, no.
Tea? Did we come in here?
Yeah, we did. You lost already, Amy.
It doesn't take long.
So Laura, having walked through this place during the day and now coming back when it's a little bit darker, do you think that changes the way people feel about the places that they're investigating? Like, what are your thoughts on that?
Well, most certainly, I think
It's just that.
I'm hoping that's a delayed door.
well, yeah, but even that, because you're sensory deprived, you can't see as well, all your other senses are heightened, so even that door going off, you immediately turn to it, whereas if we were in the day, maybe you wouldn't think so I think the dark does play a part in our experiences. Just because we're expecting something to happen, it's almost like a natural instinct perhaps that we think predators are close by.
Yeah, interesting. Now where do we go?
This place is a maze.
We're lost.
Yeah.
Already.
Oh, this is the occupational therapy kitchen. One thing I want to ask the spirits, if they're listening and if anyone's here, is can you tell us where you want us to go? Because this place is so big. Is there a particular area you like to hang out? Is there a particular place you would rather interact with us?
Not.
No. Okay.
They don't
Come
want
on,
to.
please.
Come on.
Perhaps you could talk to the lights in Amy's hand. Would you like us to go upstairs? To stay downstairs? Do you want us here?
Is that outside? Like, did anyone hear that? I just heard
it's so hard to say though. There's quite a bit of road noise.
I feel like it was coming from this side though.
Yeah, I heard it coming from around here.
Yeah,
Which-
is the road is this way though?
No, it's not that
The
way.
road
road's
is
that way, I
the road
think.
is that way. Emma. I thought it sounded like a kid. Like,
Well, is there an Emma around?
Up until this moment, GhostTube had been relatively quiet, so it was interesting to get these two responses through, especially paired with this noise, which we all heard in the moment, that almost sounded like a voice. Just for some additional context, as we discuss potential noise contamination from the road, we were standing on the ground floor of this particular building when we heard this sound, and we felt as though the direction of the sound came from the enclosed and secured courtyard beside it, which is actually quite sheltered from the road running alongside the building. Although it is difficult to conclude that this sound was paranormal, we'd love to know what you can hear in a comment.
Can we follow you, Emma? Can you tell us where you want us to go? Can you show us around?
I thought I just had a peek then.
A little spike in magnetic energy.
if you are here, Emma, can you go up towards Laura? She's not going to hurt you.
Just so I know where you are. Perhaps you can show me where you would like us to go. I can follow you if I can find you.
I know there's a little girl upstairs that they say. As far as I know, there's no named spirits here. So Emma definitely could be relevant. They did have women here, they did have children here. And I don't know, that just was weird how I thought I was hearing a voice, kind of sounded like a kid, could be a little girl. I don't know if it was coming from outside. To me, it sounds like it was, but this is a closed off area. There shouldn't be anyone in here. So it's weird.
You know, Emma, we're going to be walking around the building. You're more than welcome to follow us if that's your name.
So earlier today, we did our tour, and this for me was one of the areas that made me feel weird. I don't want to say uneasy or bad, but it was kind of just like a lightheadedness, and it was sort of right here in this area, but I started, I guess, feeling it a bit further down where there's I don't even want to say a haunted room, but weird stuff has happened down there before. But a nurse is said to pace this corridor, walk pretty fast, and has also been described as sort of pushing people. But I don't think that's like pushing someone in like an evil, malevolent way, just sort of like pushing through like in a rush kind of thing.
Is there a nurse here? Or someone else that used to work here or live here?
Would you like to check out this room?
Oh, yeah?
Was it just a bathroom?
Wow.
So this is a toilet now, but it used to be, was it the nurse's station, I think?
No, it was a workhouse.
Yeah, so before, it hasn't always been a toilet.
We have the thing on our channel, like bathrooms always have like a vibe to them, and we're not sure if it's the like, I don't know if it's been something that's been sensationalized by Hollywood movies where, you know, the bathroom, the tap tripping, and there's always scary stuff that happens in bathrooms, you know what I mean? Or is there something to do with the water even that maybe conducts paranormal activity?
Well, I got a strange feeling coming, like looking this way, and I didn't know it was a bathroom.
Qualified.
Oh.
Okay.
The feeling is qualified?
Is the feeling qualified?
I get the feeling like a nurse.
Oh yeah, like having a qualification.
Are you qualified to be here? Use people like.
Can I see your badge, please?
Yeah, I don't know why, but I mean, if there's a nurse around, like.
I don't know. I guess I mean that's the thing. Like,
it could have been a random
anomaly, so many different
but
meanings,
yeah.
or it could be a coincidence.
Yeah.
But of course it's multi-layered, because if this was a nurse's station, we shouldn't be in here because we're not a nurse. But it's also a bathroom, which is a very intimate space.
A women's bathroom.
A women's bathroom, especially, yes.
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 We definitely shouldn't be in here.
No. That's sort of interesting.
Oh,
Infant.
what's that?
Infant.
That was weird.
What?
Got that Lumineer thing I got.
Okay.
Yeah, as soon as that thing kicked off.
Yeah.
As soon
Okay.
as I got the Lumineer thing.
Is there someone in here with us? We're sorry if we're invading your space.
So I just want to say that, like Eric mentioned, he had a weird feeling in his ear then, and it might not be the same feeling Amy and I have.
Sorry. I just had quite a high peak then. Are you with us in here? I was completely still as well. That was quite
I should have gone some of
strange.
these stalls. Are you in one of these stalls?
Oh, are we invading your space? Do you not want us in here?
Are you looking for someone qualified to deliver a baby? We know there's a maternity area here.
One thing I did want to say though, so Eric said he had a feeling in his ear in that room, and I'm not sure if it's the same feeling that we've had, but Amy and I have both had, not at this location, but at other locations we film, where we get like a weird ringing in our ears, and some of our followers have actually commented and said that they've had that before too, so that's really interesting. Not sure if it's the same, but you know, sometimes I think we need to listen to our, you know, the little flags that our bodies are giving us.
Thirst.
Okay, so this was this a break room for the nursing staff, but it's also a room where people have been locked into. Are you thirsty? Like, I guess you would come in here for your drink breaks. I'm just gonna put this on the floor here. Okay, so I'm gonna close this door as an experiment. Apparently, numerous people have been locked in here, but there's no locking mechanism on the door. They just will come in here.
Poisoned.
Poison, okay. Thirst and poisoned. I feel like when you get poisoned, one of the symptoms is that you get very thirsty. I'm no poisoning expert though. So I'm gonna close this. We should not get locked in here, but apparently it has happened. People have not been able to get out, so they've literally had to call for, say, a team member on their paranormal team who comes to the other side of the door and opens it back up with ease. So
I think all of us right now are just crossing our fingers that this door
Yeah,
is well done.
Maybe we don't have a team member on the other side of the door.
I'm just an idiot. Let's
Laura
do
thought
this.
this through. AmysCrypt did not.
Small camera malfunction zoomed in by itself.
Really?
Yeah, we've had that before as well, where it zooms by
It
itself.
zoomed in all the way as well, so it wouldn't have you know, it's,
Wow.
you have to leave it there for quite, put a lot of pressure on it.
Yeah, interesting. Okay, who wants to do the honours and try to open the door?
I'll do it.
Laura.
And then I just completely fail, and it's just all my fault.
Oh, thank goodness. There you go.
You should have like give us a bit. You should have been like, oh my god. Alright, so Laura's going to take us into another room that was actually a nurse's office.
Straight away I had a peek on EMF walking through the door.
Oh, that's so cool.
Once I came into the room.
Sorry. Sorry.
As soon as I came through the door and was in the room, it had a peek, and it seems to want to do it again. So something just passed.
It's weird.
Because it went up to one.
I can't smell what I smelled before when I came in here. I thought perhaps it was something to do with it. They said that when I first came in here, before he said it, I kind of smelled a little bit like a perfumey kind of smell. Like, not the best perfume. And he said then afterwards there are stories where some people smell like a lady's perfume in this room. And I guess, at the time I just thought maybe it was something to do with how they cleaned the place.
That's got going quite high, but I'm not sure why. Oh, okay, that was quite high indeed.
Are you here? Can you hear us talking about you?
Yeah. Is there someone close to me right now?
I'm going to put something on this table. Maybe you can use it to talk to us. Don't be scared to go up close to it. Maybe you can manipulate that device.
Had a peak of 3.6.
Dylan.
Thank you.
So the story of this room is that people smell women's perfume. So I'd say being a nurse's room, maybe Dylan isn't relevant to the nurse, maybe a last name. Dylan isn't a girl's name, is it? Or lady's name?
Does nurse, I mean, I know that you don't have to be a female to be a nurse, but given the time period of this place, it would be more common for a nurse to be a female, right?
Well, the smelling of the perfume, like it was a woman's office.
Sorry, does your phone make a noise? Is there any sound on it?
It will make a noise if it has a loud enough spike, so if I put this near this.
Yeah, no, it was like a zzz, like almost like it was a vibration.
What will
It
trigger
shouldn't
the
be
sound?
vibrating. I don't know.
I said no.
Okay.
By the way, I'm sorry, I didn't mean that by your perfume. I thought it was a good perfume, by the way. Don't get angry about that.
I just heard knocking. Was that me? Behind me? Oh, is that a firework?
I said before, go on, someone set off fireworks.
You did, didn't you? Yeah.
Someone honestly setting off fireworks?
You manifested the fireworks, Laura, I think.
Great.
Ooh, dumbwaiter.
Oh
still
shit,
works.
man. Why you gotta do me like that, Jared? Thank you.
Yeah.
We are currently in the master's quarters. So the master of the building who kind of oversaw this place would have lived here with their family. Our guide, Andy, told us a weird paranormal story that he had here. And I don't know if I'm game to do this, like part of me wants to. I'm gonna take my glasses off. I'm going to put them on this table. This table over here is full of clipped off rubbish sort of wires, and that's because he was doing some work to fix the Wi-Fi from this place being abandoned, right? Fixing all the wiring up, left a bunch of wires in this room, walked down the hall, came back. All of the wires that he had left on this desk had been moved outside of the room. And his glasses that had been left on the desk had been snapped, like the arms had been snapped off, which is Kind of rude, kind of mean. I'm gonna put mine down. I don't know if if there is someone here and you can hear me, you can mess with them.
Maybe it was like an accident too, you know, and they're like, oh, whoops, I'll just leave them here, you know what I mean? So these cables here were the ones that had miraculously moved outside into the hallway, right?
Can you give us a sign? Is the master still around?
Is that down here? That wasn't one of you guys?
It's like the plastic was creaking. Perhaps in the heat.
Would you like to do that again?
Albert.
Albert, we're getting a lot of names tonight. That's interesting. Albert, thank you for that. If that's your name, Albert, can you move my glasses? I give you permission. Although this is your home, you probably don't need my permission, right?
Does anyone else see a big pair of lips on this wall? Rebecca.
Rebecca, another name. I'm telling you, so many names.
Do you see this? These
What?
big pair of lips on the wall here?
I see mold. All right, we're going up to the final floor, which I think is quite interesting. Just got to show you guys to explain how bizarre it is.
You alright, Laura?
Yeah. Just earlier on the walkthrough, I got breathless when I first came in here, and I just got it again coming through the door. I don't know whether it's because I was expected to get breathless again there as I come through, but yeah, it's kind of like just having your breath taken away as you walk in.
So up on this level, we've got infants this side, and then sick women sort of in here. So it's interesting, the feeling of breathlessness if they're, sick people, and obviously it's a hospital, right?
Yeah, I guess you can never discount those sorts of feelings, especially when you're in a hospital, really. It's interesting. Who stayed in these rooms? What happened in these rooms? Can you tell us a bit about it?
I just heard a noise.
Was it your stomach?
No, different stomach.
Yeah, I heard something like a...
Yeah, it was just like, I was about to say, just like a...
I don't want to say infant, but
Yeah.
I do think they said they could hear babies or something up here.
There's also the maternity ward the other side as well.
That's true, yeah.
Sick infants or infants that needed care would be here.
So maybe hearing something here is residual. I don't know if it would be intelligent, if it's a child, I don't know.
That's an important point you raise, yeah. How would an infant communicate? I know people have said to have communicated with infants. Does it work the same as an adult spirit? Is adult child, is that a thing in the afterlife? You know what I mean?
I've had stories of people, growing older as a spirit, and I've heard stories of, you pass as a child, you remain as a child. So it is kind of interesting, maybe they have a choice.
There's also supposed to be the little girl up here as well, isn't there?
That's
The
right.
story
yes.
of the little girl, and that she's stuck on this floor and she can't go down for some reason.
Is there a little girl up here? Can you tell us your name? Or can you tell us why you're still up here, why you can't go downstairs?
I'd like to call out to the little girl who lives up here. My name's Laura, and these are my friends. We're not here to hurt you, we're just wondering, are you okay, darling? Are you stuck here? We'd like to talk to you. We're not here to hurt you. We're not here to scare you or play tricks or games. We'd like to know if you're okay. Do you live here? Are you okay? You see, we're not here to hurt you or disturb you. We're here to find out about your story, and if we can, try and help you. So you're welcome to come and speak with us and make yourself known. It's okay if you're scared.
Okay. I don't know what you guys think about orbs. I know a lot of the time they're like dust, but one came through the door as you were saying that, Laura, and it just sort of lingered and then came in.
It came in.
Yeah.
Are you here, darling? Would you like to come and speak with us? Are you trapped here? Have you lost your family? Are you looking for someone?
And I think the maternity ward is through here, and I know that she hangs out there as well. So this area is the maternity and labour ward, and it's kind of funny and strange that it is because there's windows all around us, and that was more. I think that she likes you, Laura. She wants to talk to you some more.
Are you still with us, darling? Yeah, we're just here, we're curious, darling. And we heard that maybe you're stuck up here. Are you stuck up here? Could you make that talk? The lights? I'm holding it now. Can you come to me? Please come and talk to us. Have you lost your mother? Where's your mother? Your father? Okay. Harm.
We don't mean you harm. We're very friendly. We're not going to hurt you.
For us here, we really felt like there may be someone around who was apprehensive to communicate, possibly being a little timid or scared, such as a young child. If there really was a little girl in this area, we made sure to reassure her we were good people and that we would try again later to communicate with her. But now we made our way back downstairs to the hospital area where a young boy is said to linger, still drawn to a particular hospital bed where his father supposedly passed away. Here we decided to perform an SD session, placing noise-cancelling headphones and a blindfold on Laura, who would be listening to a spirit box and relaying anything she heard come through, while we asked questions which she was unable to hear. In addition to the SDs, we also set up a ghost tube SLS camera to monitor the hallway the young boy is said to run down, along with 3 motion-activated cat balls and a REM pod. Interestingly, right before we even began to reach out, one of the cat balls lit up multiple times. This would be the only instance where any of the balls triggered throughout the experiment, and considering how relevant the responses were we received through the SDs, I do wonder if any spirits around could have been in the same room as us and no longer in the hallway.
My name is Amy. We've got Jared over here, Eric, and then Laura on the bed here. If you can go up to her, maybe you can talk to her. Can you say hello or share your name with us?
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, thank you for that.
Thank you.
Is there any way we can know who we're speaking to, please? Are you an adult or a child?
Dad.
So I'm guessing you're a child, and I have heard there's a little boy here. We have left some toys out in the corridor for you, so if you want to play with them, that's fine, they're there for you. If you go up to the red light or touch the balls, they'll light up for you. But if you're able to talk to us, we would absolutely love that. So that bed, that's linked to your dad, family member?
Ames, isn't that bed where they say the boy runs to because his father's said to lay in that bed?
Yeah. So, hello on cue, you asked about the bed, said dad. Did your father have a sore arm? I picture like drips or something in an arm for some reason.
How do you feel being in this place? Why are you still in this place?
It's okay, we're very friendly, we're not going to hurt you. Laura's not going to hurt you either.
Friendly. Team.
Yeah, we are a team.
We are
and
friendly.
We are just saying that we're friendly. Honestly, this is cool. This is like very in line with exactly what we're saying, exactly what we're asking.
And the story too behind that boy and the father in the bed.
6.
6, is that how old you are? Thank you so much for sharing that with us.
Everybody.
With all of us, yeah. Maybe there's 6 people here? Or is that your age? So is there more than one spirit? How many?
Homeless.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
Standing.
Can you tell us about the homeless? A lot of homeless people would have passed through here. Can you tell us what relevance they are to you? What is it? Good.
So this was a good place? This was somewhere that helped you? Or are you saying that they're good people? Because I understand.
Hellish. Hands.
Hellish.
Armour.
Okay, I feel like this could have been a hellish place. Like it was a workhouse, also a hospital. Can you share your name?
Boys.
Okay, if there are boys around, maybe you want to play a game with us. Can you tell me how many fingers I'm holding up? How many fingers?
There was something blind. Don't know.
You can't see?
Maybe they don't know numbers.
Please.
There was something blind. Are you talking about Laura? Or was someone they couldn't see?
Not.
I don't know if you go up there often, but do you know about the little girl upstairs?
Man.
Man.
You're referring to me, maybe?
Would you rather...
Yes.
It is referring
Yes,
to me.
okay.
Okay, thank you.
So you'd rather talk to a man?
All right, well,
A man.
okay, I'm talking to you now. What do you know about...
Outside of here.
Oh, okay.
Is this one
So they
outside?
don't want to talk to you, Jack.
Do you want me to leave? Is that what you're trying to ask me to... Is that what you're asking me to do?
Because.
Why? Because why?
Can you tell us a little more?
Heaven.
Heaven.
Heaven. Can you tell us about heaven? What do you know about that? What do you feel about me being here? Am I allowed to be in this room?
I'm sad.
Why are you sad?
I'm sorry to hear that. Is there anything that we...
Help us.
Is there anything that we could do to help you? Is there anything... Okay.
Patience.
Can you give me something that I could do for
We
you?
don't mean it.
Can I bring you something?
Her.
Are you talking about me or Laura? Can we do something for you?
Help.
I'm so sorry and I'll do everything that I can
What?
to help.
Change you will expect.
You want this place to change, the building to change? Can I know who it is that needs help? Are you a grown-up, a child, a
Yes.
man, a lady?
Yes. But first,
I feel like
I have someone who.
it was
Here.
child. Okay, you have some.
Her.
Thank you so much for talking to us a lot.
Next.
Okay, can we know who she is? Her?
We want to find.
You want to find her?
I
I know it's hard to communicate
am
sometimes.
going to 5
5. What does the number mean?
prison.
There is a
Where to
prison.
go?
Is that where you want us to go, or that's where you feel
One.
you're going?
Just for some additional context, there is a prison cell block at Bron Y Garth, and it did feel as though whoever we were speaking to was urging us to visit this space. Yet, unfortunately, this area was off limits to us during our visit.
There's so much coming through. It's hard to ask questions. How many people are we communicating with? Is there more than one person talking to us?
You have
I'm getting ringing in my left ear right now.
a helping hand.
Are you touching Amy?
His
Were you trying...
pen out.
We did get Emma earlier on GhostTube. I don't know if...
What do you know about the little girl upstairs? What can you tell us about that?
Amy does.
Amy
Help
does.
us.
I really would love to help you. I'm getting chills. I feel like there is somebody around me. I got that weird ear thing as well. Are you able to do something just to give me a sign? I would love to help you. I just need a little bit of guidance from you.
We want to.
Please do. I can bring you something. I can do something for you.
Dead.
Okay, so you passed away. You were once alive. Are you having trouble coming to terms with that?
But we thought
I'm sorry that that happened to you.
I'm
Do you feel comfortable talking about it and telling us what happened?
lost.
You're lost.
Here.
So you
Wake
can't...
up. Please. Breathing.
That feels almost residual. Wake up, please. Breathing.
Like someone in a hospital bed.
Maybe that's why the little boy's here with the dad. Is this still the little boy?
One. Off.
I feel like we started with the little boy and now this could be someone else or lots of people. And we were talking earlier and saying this place felt very crowded. So maybe there's a lot of people trying to get messages through here.
Eric.
Is there any way I can help?
Working. We don't know what to do.
I'm sorry to hear that.
I like to think that you're not stuck here. If you want to leave, you should be able to. You don't need to stay here working forever. Is something keeping you here?
Forever.
Do you feel stuck here?
Forever.
I'm sorry. I hope that you can leave if you really want to.
Home.
Is this home or you just want to go home?
I'm forgotten.
Definitely feels related to the workhouse.
Desperate.
Were you here when this was a workhouse?
I'm there.
Is this still a workhouse?
Help.
We're going to have to go now. Is there any last message that you'd like to give us?
You could come with us.
Where to?
For us, this was one of our saddest SC sessions ever, given the responses we received, and their ties to not only the history of the building being a prison and workhouse, yet also the story of the little boy stuck in this area, where his father is said to have passed over. At this point, we decided to head back upstairs to the 3rd floor, to see if we could uncover more answers about the building and possibly communicate with the young girl who is said to be trapped there. Here, Jared and I set up to run a Ghost Tube Vox session in the former infant care wing, while Laura spent some time alone in the maternity wing. And right from the get-go in this space, I once again began to feel out of breath, just as we had earlier.
You know what? I feel out of breath now. I don't know, it's just because like how I'm like standing like this and then like I come up and I'm like, oh, actually. So yeah, I am feeling a little out of breath, which is what Laura was talking about kind of earlier. Maybe it's just because it's warm up here. I just come up all the stairs. We just set up all our equipment. I was talking like this and then come up like this, but I do feel a bit in here. I don't know what that is, but if there's somebody around, my name is Amy. This is Jared. We also have Eric here. And if you want to talk to any of us, we would absolutely love that. Maybe you can come close to Jared. He's not going to hurt you. He's got some lights in his hands. Maybe you can share your voice with us.
Special guest.
We've just shared our names. Are you able to share your name with us?
Wilson.
I thought I heard like Wilson then.
Ah, okay.
But this is weird because I know that we're in the infant room, but
I mean, they would have had names, right?
I suppose. Can you tell us how many people are here with us?
Is there a little girl around?
I can. Sleeping.
Is this where the infants were kept?
I know that was a song that just came through.
It said baby.
But it said baby.
And you know what? So how this works is it's literally, that is weird. Literally like using the phone's inbuilt magnetometer and then using that when it reaches certain fluctuations to select noises that are sampled from online radio broadcasts. So maybe they want to say the word baby, but the easiest way to do that is play a snippet of song that says baby.
True. It was inspired by traditional spirit box, but it does work a bit different. But yeah, I thought that was interesting and curious. Baby, you know.
Okay, someone looking after the babies. You work here?
Let them.
Let them, I heard.
Are there still children here to this day? I'm trying to think of what to ask, but I'm like, am I communicating with babies?
Yeah. How do you communicate to a baby? Maybe what about the workers? Like,
Well, you know what? I do find it interesting that we had qualified an infant downstairs in the nurses area.
Yeah.
Which seemed like maybe you need someone qualified looking for a worker to come up here.
Maybe like there's like midwifery sort of thing, you know what I mean, among the nurse staff, I don't know.
A nurse? Is a nurse around who can help us? There was. We need a nurse that can help us with the infants. What are you doing here?
She's pregnant, I just heard.
I did not. I
just thought I heard she's pregnant. But this is where the babies were already born. Having said that, though, where Laura's sitting right now, that's where they would have given birth, right?
Yeah.
Who's pregnant?
How long have you been here?
It's pretty old.
It's pretty old.
Pretty old. You're pretty old. The building's pretty old.
Both.
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 This is it. Okay. Bit of both. Yeah.
Bit of both. So you're old and the building's old. Okay, great.
Oh, I smell burning.
Burning? I can't smell that. What sort of burning, like toast or? Because that's not a good sign if it is.
No, just like, I hate to say it, but like electrical burning.
I can't, so I think we're okay.
It's gone now. It's like, can you tell me what I was just smelling?
That sort of sounded like random baby sounds, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like a
Anyway.
baby, kinda.
Can you tell us what that burning smell is that Amy just smelled?
Hang on.
I don't think there's a history of fire here that I know of.
With the night wearing on and also wanting to investigate the palliative care room, which was of paranormal interest to us, we decided to move our investigation downstairs once again, but there was one specific part of the hospital I wanted to share with you all first, just out of pure interest.
So before we do our EVP session, I just wanted to show you guys this frickin' upside down cross. They do not know why this is here, why it is like that. It actually used to hold the fire extinguisher, but why it is an upside down cross? Creepy mystery. Alright guys, we've just made it into the palliative care place. Obviously this was where people come to spend their final moments of life. So it's sort of a heavy place, but it does have a very peaceful vibe in here, right? It feels very still, very calm. And what we have been told about this room is, yes, it is quite active. Most people report that it is calm and relaxing sort of vibe, but others have reported that they get things such as get out. And to me, when our guide Andy was saying that, I immediately perceived that as, you know, this is the place where people want to be relaxed and calm, to go out in a peaceful way. But if someone comes in and they sort of disturb that peace, maybe that's why they get things such as get out. So I don't know if there's that correlation there, but we thought that we would try something silent and chill and just reach out in a calm manner, just do an EVP session here. It's gonna feel very, well, not feel very weird, but sound weird, but my legs feel very heavy.
You said you had a weird feeling when you came
Yeah,
in.
so there's a wave of motion. I suppose I can only call it anxiety hit me as I came in.
Right, I just went to like put my, like cross my legs and I literally, like I can't. My leg is like a heavy weight. It's really weird. Anyway, okay, so I'm recording. My name's Amy, I'm sitting here with Laura, and I also have Jared and Eric in the room, and we come with the greatest of respect. If there is anybody here and you want to make your voice known, please don't be shy to come towards the bed and maybe you can say hello into these lights. Can you share your name with us?
Is this place familiar to you? Did you spend quite a bit of time here? Is there anything that you would like us to know?
Can you tell me why my legs feel heavy? didn't hear a bang.
I did hear that.
You heard that?
Yeah, I did.
Are you outside in the corridor?
You can come in.
This moment is pretty interesting. Both Jared and Laura hear a loud bang come from outside the room we were sitting in. It is very clearly documented on the audio of our cameras and the EVP recording we were taking at the time. You can even see the sound spectrum from the recording spike up when it occurs. I also find it strange that I did not hear this sound in the moment, as it was quite pronounced, though maybe I was just zoning out at the time. And what's more, this wouldn't be the only cool piece of audio we captured in this room.
My name's Amy, I'm sitting here with Laura, and I also have Jared and Eric in the room, and we come with the greatest of respect. If there is anybody here and you want to make your voice known, please don't be shy to come towards the bed, and maybe you can say hello into these lights. Can you share your name with us?
Here, we capture a piece of audio that to me sounds like a male voice. But what is most interesting is this sound was not what we were listening to from my phone speaker, meaning that the voice was not captured on our EVP recording, yet captured on the camera's audio as we were listening back to the recording we had just taken. I'm not going to tell you what I feel the voice is saying, as Jared and I both hear something different, so please listen to the replay unbiased and leave a comment of what you make it out to be saying.
Can you share your name with us?
Although we did not pick up anything else on the recording, Laura also snapped 2 pictures using a Polaroid camera in this room. Once these had developed, we spotted 2 anomalies of interest, so we returned to the room to see whether we could debunk these. The first image showed what looked like a streak of light coming up from the bed, though we were able to replicate this on my digital camera as a light reflection from the metal bed frame, and therefore explain the anomaly. The second image showed what almost looked like a small mist or cloud of light form above the bed, which looked very different to the anomaly captured in the other image. We did take a series of photographs attempting to recreate this anomaly, but weren't able to replicate it in the same way. So what do you think it could be?
So I just want to say thank you everyone for watching, but also thank you Laura, thank you Eric's back there.
Ever behind the scenes.
Yes, I've been so excited to meet you guys and investigate, and like we have had an absolute ball tonight. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Definitely go check out Laura and Eric's work, Paranormal Scholar. I've got their links below, so yeah, thank you so
for
much.
having us.
Yeah, it's been great, and this location, amazing. I really feel like we pulled some cool stuff out of here. And right now, like Laura doesn't know what happened during that SDs apart from, you know, what she was saying. So I'm so keen.
I can't wait to listen back to it.
Yes, it's going to be awesome. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time.
Bye.